If you're someone who likes small compact cars and also want to transition into electric space, there is one option right now, and that's the MG Comet EV. But very soon you will have one more choice, and that will be this one. It's called the Vinfast VF3. It's the smallest and the most compact car in Vinfast portfolio, and we are here in Vietnam to check this car out because Vinfast says that they are considering this car to bring to India. Now in this video, we will tell you everything about this car, about its looks, dimensions, interior features, space, and whether you should actually wait for this very cute compact electric car. Now firstly, let's talk about the way it looks. You get a very flat bonnet line here, and towards the front you have a very lively face because these actually look like very cute eyes of the car, and you have this chrome strip that runs across the width of the bonnet. Of course, you have the Vinfast logo here and many small cutouts in the shape of the brand logo. Now these headlights here, they are projector headlamps, and sorry, you do not really get LED headlamps here, whereas the MG Comet, that has got LED DRLs and also LED headlamps. And towards the lower half of the bumper, you don't really have any good styling or quirky elements. In fact, it's just a plain black cladding here. Now talking about the size, since it's really small and compact, it has a length of 3190 mm and has a wheelbase of 2075 mm. It's one of the most compact cars, very similar to what the MG Comet EV is. And let's talk about the styling. First, you get this very chunky looking plastic cladding here, and that gives you a sort of bulk to this small car. And the wheels here, these are 16-inch in size. You get steel wheels, and these are 175, 75, 16-inch in profile. Ground clearance here, you get a ground clearance of 175 mm. Again, very similar to what the Comet has, but the Comet has really small wheels. It has 14-inch wheels with, of course, those flex style design with them. These are the bare ones. But yes, you get a VF3 Plus variant here in Vietnam that adds three very crucial features. You get wheel covers for these particular steel wheels. You also get electrically adjustable and foldable ORVMs, and also a reverse camera if you opt for that VF3 Plus variant. Now here at the rear, you get a very neat looking design. Of course, the styling here is again as what we have seen at the front. You get a chrome detailing here and a good black kind of an insert here, and very smartly you have also got this, by the way, shark fin antenna, and this is the space by which you can access the boot. Now this is strictly a 4-seater, and this is the kind of space you get after the second row. Not much, in fact, it's just enough to fit in few small shopping bags or maybe a very small backpack. But yes, you do have some amount of boot space here. Of course, these seats, they can be folded down. Now these are not split seats, these are bench type seats, so these can't be split, but yes, they surely can be folded down. And yeah, to give you an idea, this is how you can actually fold down the seats. They don't really fold flat, but this is the amount of luggage space that you can actually use once the second row seat is folded down. Now once you open these big doors, which really aids the ingress and egress to this particular car, the first thing you notice here is quite a minimalistic design. Of course, given the segment in which the car is placed, you don't really expect premium or upmarket or soft touch materials, but yes, you do get some different colors and textures. For example, you get these black hard plastic here. This is the grey one, quite smooth to touch, and you also get these beige color accents here, which is around the central AC vents and even on the side. Now weirdly, this one feels slightly matte and this one is gloss, and the main highlight of this cabin is actually this screen. It's a 10-inch infotainment system, and since this car does not get any heads-up display and instrument cluster, you get all your drive modes and even the speedometer, the different type of drive modes, that's eco, normal, sport, even that is displayed here. You get connectivity for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This is the FM. These are the different type of settings, and you also get vehicle settings, instrument cluster, different light settings. Everything is incorporated into this infotainment screen. Now the steering here, this looks slightly chunky, and of course it does not have any steering mounted controls. And two stalks here, this is again to select the drive, and the left stalk here controls most of the things such as wipers, indicators, and even the headlight functions. So everything is here, just like the MPV7 that we have seen. Both these stalks are in fact taken as it is from the MPV7. The AC control here, it's fully manual, so you have knobs here for the air conditioner, and above the air conditioner controls are these power window switches. You've got this button dedicated to switch off and on the infotainment system. This is for the volume. This is to lock and unlock the car doors, and this for the hazard. Now you also get decent amount of storage. Of course, few are on the door pads and few are here. You have good amount of space here, and also some space here to keep your phone. Again, a Type-C USB port, and this also, like the Comet EV, has good amount of space and legroom for the front row passengers. Now the seats, they are fabric seats. You can adjust them for 4.5. These can also be reclined. No power controls here, but yes, these seats are quite comfortable. You get these dual tone detailing here, and overall the space here in the front row, it's quite generous, if not very feature rich. Now let's check out the second row space. Now to get into the second row, you need to slide the front seat forward, recline it here, and it gives you an easy access into the second row. Now this is adjusted to what a normal person would, and given its size, you actually have decent amount of legroom here. Seating 2 here, full size adults, might not be very comfortable, but it's definitely doable when you're commuting in the city. For kids, this is just perfect. And in terms of practicality, you get cup holders on both the sides. Now these headrests, they are not adjustable, but yes, you do get 3-point seat belts on both the sides. As we have mentioned below, you don't really get split seats here. Now the under thigh support, it's not really very great, but as we said, it's quite doable. There is decent amount of space for 2 people, and in fact it reminds you more like the MG Comet itself. And since this car is big and more like a square, the headroom here, even that's quite adequate. Now the Vinfast VF3 comes powered by a 18.6 kWh battery pack and has an NEDC claimed range of 215 kilometers. Now on the other hand, the Comet EV, that gets a 17.4 kWh battery pack and has a 230 kilometers of claim range. Now these specifications are actually quite competitive and aggressive, and this one also has a fast charging capability from 10 to 70% in just 36 minutes if you charge it using the 80 kWh fast charger. So that's the Vinfast VF3 that will come to India. Now, do you really think these compact and small electric cars have a scope to succeed in the Indian market? Because we have seen the sales with the MG Comet EV, they are not as high as the Vindsire EV, but still it's something nice to have. In fact, a good car for your city commutes and someone who wants to go pure electric. 215 kilometers on a single charge will give you roughly around 180 to 185 kilometers on a single charge, and that's quite good. What do you really think? Should Vinfast get it to India? Well, we really hope so. We are really excited to drive this particular car. So that's all about the VF3. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.